We are Texas from CRMA. Doing business requires a mastery of many parts, such as raw materials, processing, product, and sales. Where if one part fails, the whole chain will collapse. Revival from such a collapse is difficult, requiring much time and resources, where in some cases it is seen to be better to start from zero rather than attempt to repair the damage. Just think through what benefits we can gain if we can prevent every part from collapsing due to the failure of one link in this chain. If we can utilize simulation program to assist in the management of our business, we'll be able to try out various strategies in a realistic simulated environment before taking it to the real world. Today, I want to present one such program, Monsoon Sim. Monsoon Sim is a portmanteau of monsoon and simulator. The monsoon refers to the problems that businesses inevitably encounter, like the rainstorms in real life. A simulator, of course, is a tool that can be used to simulate various aspects of the real-world environment. The Monsoon Sim, therefore, is a simulator that can help train businesses to deal with problems that they have yet to encounter. By now, some of you might be curious as to how Monsoon Sim works. To use an analogy, it is like this orange carton. To produce this carton, we have to go through a long process, which can be symbolized by its various parts. In any production process, we'll have to start from the raw material, which is represented by this used carton. We have to find the appropriate vendors that can supply these materials for our production process. This can be compared to the raw materials for production, much like the procurement department in the business that is in charge of acquiring raw materials for production. Once we have acquired the raw materials, we need machinery to process them into products. But machineries break down or deteriorates, so there must be a repair and maintenance section to ensure optimum productivity. Well, the screwdriver, this can be compared to the machinery that is used in the production process. So it's the production and maintenance department that can produce products and maintain the production machinery. With our product in hand, we'll need to distribute them to out of place, such as warehouses and retail outlets. For that, we'll need this department. So the car which symbolizes the transportation and storage. So it's like the warehouse and logistics department, which is in charge of storing and delivering the products. After our products have reached the outlets, they'll need to be sold. Apart from ordinary retail sales, there are also other ways of making sales, including auction in the case of wholesale. It is the retail and B2B department that can sell the product to the market and deals with the trades. The brand. This part symbolizes the marketing or the art of making sales, which is obviously the marketing department that communicates with consumers and makes them aware of the goods and services available to them through means such as advertising and the pricing of goods and services. Having sold our products, the result should be profit. However, this process has also cost some capital. There are overheads to take care of, and we'll need this information to analyze and conceive new strategies to effectively manage our business. This calculator is the finance department that needs to monitor and calculate the company's financial status, which is important in running the business and formulating new strategies. By managing financial to operate in business departments flexibly. The most important factor is human resources. Every section and department will require people to control, supervise, and manage the process. The men. This can be compared to the human resources and customer service department, which manages human resources and customer relations, as well as providing after-sales services. It can be seen that once we assemble everything together, it comes together to produce this orange box. Every part is interrelated, where if one part is missing, the whole will be incomplete. We can apply these principles of monsoon sim both directly to manage our businesses or more indirectly to manage our lives. We can use these principles in our own business, regardless of size, provided that we adapt them according to our own context. The simulator will allow us to see avenues for solving problems within the business to increase profits, lower unnecessary costs, and use the available resources more efficiently. However, Monsoon Sim is not only a tool for business managers, but also for the management of our daily lives. One incident that made me realize this application were the floods that I encountered in Thailand. Thailand is a country that frequently encounters floods, so it's natural that we should look for ways to deal with and manage the fallout of this problem. If the principle of Monsoon Sim can be adapted for use in this area by using the supervisory control and data acquisition technology, which is a system that can be used for collecting and managing information, showing and measuring outcomes, sending and receiving data, and long-distance supervision of equipment in remote areas. The Royal Irrigation Department can use this system to monitor and predict the direction and quantity of water flowing into catchment areas more accurately. This process is similar to the forecast phase of Monsoon Sim. Once this forecast has been obtained, an appropriate water release plan has to be conceived. Using the principle of rule curve, the amount of water released should lie between lower and upper rule curve. During drought season, it should not be below the lower rule curve, while during the monsoon, it should not surpass the upper rule curve. The rule curve, therefore, is a standard that can be used to keep an appropriate amount of water in the reservoirs, so that flooding can be relieved, while also retaining sufficient water for effective use throughout the year. This process is equivalent to the principle of material resource planning, or planning ahead in terms of requirements for raw materials. However, in the real world, water management using the rule curve may encounter factors that may prevent a formulaic implementation. These factors include sudden changes in the weather and other effects of climate change, the El Nino and El Niño phenomena, unusual storm activities, as well as limitations of downstream areas that may be engaged in agricultural harvest or are already experiencing floods. In these instances, it may be necessary to send in military units to help the affected populace. The choice of which unit to send can be made from calculating the distance and time of travel for the available units to reach the affected area. The nearest unit should be chosen to provide the most efficient and effective relief. This process is similar to the principle of logistics, which involves the management of transportation to meet the customer's requirements and requires good planning and management of goods in the inventory to carry out successfully. The profit that we can obtain from this scenario is not financial, but the prevention of loss and damage. For me, the most valuable outcome of all is the happiness and safety of the people. In real life, we'll encounter storms at unpredictable moments, but if we have an effective management system, we'll not only be able to withstand them, but also profit from them. This is the meaning of Monsoon Sim. Thank you.